back to the channel, Pro Enzo Vids, and this is my thoughts on the two signings that Manly have made today. One's official, but one's going to be official in the next coming days, which could be sometime this week or maybe early next week. But both of them are set to be new signings for this year. Obviously, that's former young Cowboys backrower Ben Condon, who's signed on a 3-year deal from 2023 till 2025, and Austin Diaz, who's a young West Tigers prop who played a couple of games this year after making his debut in the Warriors return home game for the Tigers in round 16 Mount Smart off the bench for Tigers. And the 11th fees deal will be confirmed soon once Manly do confirm it all. But no, look, obviously both of them are not like star-studded signings. Like, none of them are like, you know, these players that everyone would be like, oh, I want that player at my club, I want this one at my club, etc. And like, I get it. People obviously, well, Manly fans in general, and I agree with them that we need a big signing. But I think I can live with a bit of depth signings, a bit of rookies coming to the club, because obviously Condon and Diaz have both come to Manly for opportunities. They've both come for a bit more of a pathway to playing more regular first grade, I suppose you could put it like that. And just in terms of getting more games in general, as at the Cowboys for Condon, unfortunately, he hasn't played since 2021, and obviously this year, he's lost his place in the team because of the the form and the rise of Jeremiah Nanai and Heelan Lukey and Tom Gilbert, which again, there's no shame in that, because Nanai's a terrific talent, and obviously he's got some really freakish talent and skill about him, so there's no shame in losing a spot to him. And Lukey and Gilbert have they've gone into the team and they've done a good job. And unfortunately, Condon's a struggle to find his way back in the team, I suppose. So the Cowboys did offer and granted him an early release to come to Manly. So I guess that's good. I guess it's good that we've got Condon. I don't mind him. I think that he is someone that I've watched for a little while. Obviously, like I said, last time he played was in 2021, and some of the games I've seen in him, like close up, he's pretty tall. He's pretty, tall built. He's got to be like 6 foot something, because he's a big unit. And he's a back rower, but apparently he can play a bit of lock as well, so he can play in the middle and a bit of back row, which is, I guess, is good, and it makes a bit of sense for his height as well. So look, obviously at the Cowboys, he made his debut there in 2020 in the last round against the Panthers, for what I've seen. And look, I like it. I think that I can do this sort of signing. 3 years obviously indicates to me that the club in general just do have some sort of idea, and I guess some sort of trust in Condon as a player, and they do think that he is the future of the club. So hopefully that's what the club probably indicates this as a 3-year deal, as some sort of future that he holds with the Manly club, and what he could offer in the years to come. So hopefully it's a good pickup, and I do think it will be. I do like the signing of Ben Condon. Hopefully, he's come to Manly for more first grade opportunities, obviously. So let's hope that he can get that wish granted to him, I should say, and be consistent her first grader. That would be good for Ben Condon. And as for the other one, Austin Diaz, and this was one that I heard about today, earlier this morning, that he has agreed to sign with the club. Not sure of how long, like I said, because Manly haven't confirmed the exact length of his deal, but I think that this is another good pickup as well. Obviously, I did make a debut video about him earlier this year when he made his debut against the Warriors, Mount Smart, obviously in round 16, and Tigers lost that game because it was the Warriors' return game back to New Zealand, and it wouldn't have been an easy game debuting, especially the Warriors having so much emotion, so much passion to play well your first home game in a couple of years or 3 years. Look, and like, he got limited minutes in that game, Austin Diaz. So obviously, look, but he's played like 7 or 8 games from his debut, so he's still done a pretty good job in my opinion. Like, I've watched a couple of times of him play as well. I was at the Eagles and Tigers game back, when was it? Back in like round 12 or 14, I believe. I was at that game. It was like one early in the year, or 17. Actually, it was 17, round 17, because I remember the week after the Warriors and Tigers game, it was Eagles and Tigers at Leichhardt, and I was at that game. And he was playing that game too. And I watched him up close, and he's pretty tall as well. He's a pretty big built front rower. He's Kiwi, 24 years old. He's kind of been a little bit of late debutant in terms of age-wise, because you usually make your debut at 22, 21, them sort of ages. But he made his at 24, and there's no shame in that, because at 24 you're still fairly young, and you still got like another, I would say for him, probably another 14 to 13 years left in him. So, yeah, no, look, it's good that he made his debut this year and got a couple of games under his belt before coming to the Manly next year. So, and some Tigers fans are saying that they shouldn't have let Diaz go. They do think he had potential and do think that they might regret this one. But, yeah, I mean, some people are saying that, you know, they probably prefer bigger signing over Condon and Diaz. But, no, I like it. I like both of them. I think they're both good pickups, and especially if, you know, Tigers fans in particular are saying that Diaz is a bit of a loss, and I guess it indicates just to us Manly fans that maybe this guy is a good pickup. And, you know, some people are saying that Condon's good for the Cowboys fans are saying that Condon's good, but probably had to go anyway because of less opportunities, which is fair enough. So, but from what I hear in general, both of them have a good rating on them. Both of them talk pretty highly. Both good young forwards. You know, Condon's 22, Diaz is 24, so got a long time to go in the NRL, and let's hope that these two young players can do a good job under the incoming coach Anthony Seibold in the future, and let's just hope that they you know, can establish themselves further in the game. But yeah, everyone, that brings it into my video of my thoughts on both Ben Condon and Austin Diaz signing with the Manly Sea Eagles for the next couple of years. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment your thoughts on the signings as well.